Alright guys, back here with another video on this thing. 97 GMC, I think I called it a Silverado in another video, but GMC, Chevy, they're all K1500, C1500. But any route, we're starting to wrap things up here. Went ahead and got a lot more hooked up since the last video. Just kind of messing around when got the brackets off of the power steering pump that had the AC, which he's not going to run the AC. And then the alternator, we just cleaned it up and put it back on. That way he's got use of the idler and the tensioner both. We're down to basically running the fuel. We're not going to run a return on this thing since I went ahead and put a low pressure pump, an inline pump on it, and then I left the stock pump in the tank and I just robbed the power from it. It was a gray wire that went up to the harness. So got that all hooked up. It's ready to go. New regulator. It's all about ready for plumbing. Still waiting on a carburetor from Jegs. Ordered December 20th, supposed to be here January 17th. Here it is, March 9th, I think. And they said it's supposed to be shipped out end of the month, so that's typical this time of year, and the way things are so screwed up. So pretty simple here. Went just with a stock replacement water pump and alternator just because they were dirty, corroded. He wanted new, so that's the route we went. Got the headers all in, spark plugs are in. Ordered wires, water neck, still waiting on that stuff as well. Basically the only plug-ins we're going to reuse, water temperature sensor on the head, doing away with the water neck ground, the AC. These are throttle body, and then that one there's the water temperature sensor, so that's where that'll go. Everything on this side is just vacuum, and looks like that went to the intake. And then coil, we're going to run an HEI on this thing, so we're doing away with the stock distributor and the stock coil. Trying to get away from the computer on this thing. So, valve covers I got, they're just aluminum fin, kind of like the old muscle car looks. I just don't have those on because I don't want to scratch those up. Those will be kind of the last minute thing. And then same with the radiator, just be in my way, hooking everything up. So gonna keep everything for his heater hoses, so I'll get this hooked up, and then should be getting pretty close to firing this thing up. Hopefully everything's good. Got oil in it. I did go ahead. I had to reorder some push rods. I got the wrong length. Run a stock 7200 on these. Other than that, I really haven't ran into any issues. A couple little things here and there, but pretty straightforward when you want to go ahead and do it with throttle body and go this route. We're not expecting a whole lot of power, just if we can get up in the 400 range, possibly even 420. Cam's nothing radical. Hydraulic roller. I can't remember the specs right off the top of my head, but that and the AFR heads and TSP intake, and I think that carburetor we ordered was a FST out of Jegs. I've had pretty good luck ordering stuff online, but when you go to Jegs, they, for whatever reason, they got to go make the damn thing, buy it, and then it may show up, may not, who knows. So he kind of wants a clean look, but there's things that you can only do so much if you want to keep your heater, and you do have some wiring. I'll go ahead and cut everything off that we're not going to use. We'll tape them up, make sure that everything's secured there. That way nothing can cause any issues down the road there. Then just tuck everything in the harness, and should be a lot cleaner. And then I'm going to go ahead and do an exhaust on it. We're just going to go with a 2.5. I don't need anything huge. And then for a muffler, we looked at the, the hell were those? They're difficult to find. They're a Flowmaster Pro Series. I can't remember what the name of them were, but they sound pretty good. So if I could find something like that, we're going to go that route. If they can make them for that size. If not, then you can run some reducers and go that route. But Velcro gaskets on everything, new timing cover. You got to reuse those, or you cannot reuse those. You got to replace those. On these factory Vortec engines, they're just plastic. They have the gasket that's molded into the timing cover. So get that fuel issue taken care of. I'm going to have to bend one of those fuel lines up, remove the other, return, and then I'll go ahead and get I'll rob power from the old connector. I'll cut it off for the distributor and get the HEI in there. It's obviously a different connector, so it's not going to work. Get that and tack, and I think he's going to end up running some aftermarket gauges. Who knows? It's hard telling. Then we were going to order the rims for this thing today, and the SSR spikes that he wanted, they do not come in 6-lug. So it is what it is. So we'll look for something else there. If you guys got any ideas of something that may look good. I'm going to end up lifting this thing 4 inches, 33s, 9 or a 10-inch wheel. He wants to stay with a 16-inch. So I'll get my clutch fan off the old water pump, get it installed, mock up a belt. That way, since we're losing the AC, we're going to have a much shorter belt. We'll deal with that when I get to that point. So I just wanted to get another video. It's been a week or so since I posted the last video, and just been working on everything else around here. So you have that. Try to get back on this thing. Did get the pump wired today, and everything's good there. Got fuel. So we're rocking and rolling. Get some valve covers on this thing here near the end, and that way people are not touching them, smudging them, scratching them. You know, you always have people that they got to do that shit. So this is a little update. And we'll get a couple more things done. Radiator in. I'll get all this grill back in, lights. He should probably get some new lights. These things are common, faded. Time for some new ones. But if I have any issues, we'll I'll post those up in the next video. But I should be getting ready. Once that carburetor comes in, we'll get it fired up, get everything dialed, and just go from there. So we'll see you guys on the next one.